Okay, I've been dreading making this video, or kind of. This topic can make you feel like you're going to be sitting down in front of your parents and getting a lecture on values. Hey, wait a minute, let's get back to the pretty pictures. So I'm really just searching for a way to make this a lot more palatable than making it feel like you're getting a lecture. Well, I don't want a lecture, but I'm new at this video thing, so I'll do my best. So hey, we got some nice relaxing music in the background, taking a casual attitude here. Let's see if we can get through this together and have a little fun along the way. Your values are your rules for playing the game of life. They're made up of principles and standards that are informed by the things that are important to you. Why is that important from a career standpoint? Well, just as your values are going to have a lot to say about the people you choose to surround yourself with, your values should have a lot to say about the company that you choose to invest yourself in when it comes to the work you're going to do for your living. If you don't understand your values, you have no way of taking stock to see if your values are going to line up with the company that you're interviewing with. An organization's values are reflected in the decisions that they make. In other words, what they do and how they do it. Values only show up in our behavior. You see, you can't hold your values as only an intellectual exercise. Things that are important to you that you don't hold yourself accountable to actually behave, those are called ideals. Ideals are conceptions that exist only in our imaginations. They're never really intended to show up in reality. Values, on the other hand, are intended to be consistently displayed in your behavior. So if you want to find out what an organization's values are, certainly inquire and look at what their published values are, but look more closely at how they behave. How do they treat their people? How do they treat their customers? How do they treat their community? How do they treat their investors? Is there a gap between what they claim to believe in and what they actually do? Now, to be fair, with people and with organizations, there's always going to be a little gap. The question is, how serious is the gap? You see, you and I can only learn about organizations, other people, and ourselves and our own value system by looking at how we behave. We have to look at our conduct in the world. Now, obviously, I don't have a PhD in psychology or neurophysiology, but what I've been told by people who do have those credentials, when we violate our values, it's often because we're struggling to meet a fundamental human need. And there's a conflict between the value that we aspire to and the need that has to get met. Now, we'll address this in more detail in the video on fundamental human needs. And let's just say that our fundamental human needs, they're not optional. They're going to be met, either subconsciously or consciously. So that's why it's so important to understand not only our values, but understand our fundamental human needs and set ourselves up to consciously evaluate how each of those are being fulfilled. When looking at values and behavior, it's really important to remember there are no perfect people in the world. That means there's no perfect organizations in the world because companies are made up of people. So we can do our best to live up to our values, but I guarantee you, every single one of us will make mistakes on a regular basis where our behavior does not live up to what we value. So when that happens, does that mean that we don't actually value what we say we value? Not at all. It's simply a reflection of our humanity. None of us is perfect. So what counts is what happens when we make the mistake, when we become aware of the fact that our conduct is not living up to what we value. Having our values actually written down so we can remind ourselves of what we're aspiring to is really a fantastic practice. Whether you do that and laminate it on a card that you carry in your wallet, you have it on a frame on your wall, you write it in a journal, whatever works for you, writing it down is really an important part of you holding yourself to account to the values that you aspire to for your life. Just don't make the mistake of thinking that writing them down is behaving them. That has the same consequences for you and I as individuals as it does for organizations. If you're interested in learning more about values, more detailed guidance and information is available in my ebook titled How to Crush That Career Thing. There's a link and a discount code in the description below. Well, that's a wrap for this video. Thank you very much for investing your time with me today. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.